We're talking sustenance. We've come through Gaillac, and indeed, I know that John is a massive fan of the ancient vines there. Apparently, it was all part of the wine routes that the Romans used to hack across this part of the world, and quite distinctive grapes they do have here as well. One of the wines I'm actually particularly fond of, and it's hard to find unless you're actually over here, as John has probably alluded to, is they have sort of a sweet but slightly sparkling wine here as well. You know me, any time for a bit of bubbles, I'm going to be in there. And so, despite the fact you're probably expecting some kind of mega wine battle today, John and I are sort of largely in agreement about in this part of the world, which will probably disappoint him. John, can you remind me what the lightly sparkling Swedish wine is from this part of the world?
No, it sounds revolting. I don't know what it is.
I see. So you've taken an opposing view just for the sake of it. There we are. No, it's absolutely lovely. But yeah, I did hear that you were saying that when you were in your impoverished days, you know, before you'd sold the manor, that Help the Hallless, that somebody recommended you some of the sweeter wines in this part of the world. They are actually really lovely and worth seeking out, but hard to find.
They really are, yes, it is very, very true. Yeah, before I had a massive wine cellar of my own, these were things that I wasn't able to really enjoy. But the other wine that we're sort of kind of skirting around the area of, which I know you're a massive fan of, which you have converted me towards over our years of doing the Tour de France, is Cahors, which is absolutely... I did start out with a rather snooty view of it, and I am prepared to hold up my hand and say I got it wrong. And the Cahors wines have really developed and improved over the years, and it's a really, really good drop now. So yeah, that was one red from France that you have changed my opinion of, Carlton.
Well, we started drinking it all those years. I mean, let's be fair. I think I started at Eurosport in 1991, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was. 92 would have been the Barcelona Olympics the following year. So, yeah, that was a long time ago. And Cahors was basically the rough stuff that was dished up to you, usually in carafe form, and usually in sort of non-specialist French restaurants. It was basically the sort of stuff you get hold of if you were having a kebab. And we didn't mind that. While it's on, some of the very, very high-end Cahors, and there are some. You have to kind of go to the region to find them, really, because they're generally not that popular. And in France, they actually refer to it rather dismissively as Spanish wine. Not that there's anything wrong with Spanish wines, it's just that it's almost used as an insult sometimes by Parisians who get a bit snooty about that sort of thing. But yes, and indeed the good Cahors can lay down for an awful long time. It's very rich wine, but actually strangely refreshing at the same time. Don't know why, but that's just me. But John and I are in opposite corners when it comes to Madeira, which is the most southerly of all red wines grown in France. Did you know that, John?
I'm fairly sure that you might have told me that before, and I did mention Madeira, the treacle type molasses-filled wine that will eke its way onto our screens over the next few days as we make our way into the Pyrenees.
I hope you can hear the growl. All right, well, we'll leave that one for another day, but yes, it's one to be fought over.